What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Grand Lakes, with our Let's Play Season 8, Episode number 8. And I did a little something, tiniest little thing, offline. When we built this street, at the end of the last episode, it was a little bit off the beach. And I decided that we would probably zone this side, and then those hotels and businesses would have a clear view of the beach looking out. And then over on the other side is the nightlife. So this is where you get the clubs and restaurants and the 5 a.m. I think, yeah, there's the laugh track. I like it. So really that's all I did. I did record it real quick because I kind of moved. I moved this. Before everything finished moving in this block, I dezoned it and just moved the road closer so that it's actually beachfront property, if you will. Let's actually take a quick walk. And I think that's pretty cool. I think maybe we'll build up more towards the tip of that peninsula over there. Hand on the gun just in case. It looks like a very peaceful town. Though that dog might be up to no good. Walking through walls. Yeah, so that's it. I really didn't do much offline. I will try not to. I know it upsets some people that follow along. But another thing that I would recommend is don't copy my builds one-to-one. Because I make mistakes too. And it's important to understand why you're doing something, not just copying it, but understand the greater scheme of how certain roads and certain things fit into your town. Right now, for today, please tell me I didn't do this offline. If I did, I will cut to footage of it right now. But honestly, highway to here, I feel like I might have done this. Maybe I did this in the last episode. It's been a couple days since I recorded, so we just wanted to keep pressing with some commercial, some more space for low density residential. We do need to get going on our university over here, but we could also get a little bit more industry over here. We could work on this. There's so much to do. It's crazy. So let's see. How's our forest fire recovering? Leaves are starting to grow back in. Maybe we could build some neighborhoods over this way, and they could work off of this road, which we're eventually going to funnel this exit over here, I think, so that we could do all this in low density residential. I think that would kind of make sense. I don't know. Is this road completely disconnected? This isn't connected to anything. This is just an eyesore in the middle of the map. Let's get rid of that to start our episode. That's a good first step. Delete roads we don't need. And I would like to bring this highway over here, where this is the exit, right? And then we could have another, maybe even another farm up here, competing farm, or an extension of Pepperidge Farm. We've got space down here for farming, and over here, it's good fertile farmland. We could also go up here, but I think this makes more sense to continue kind of wrapping our town up here towards the top of the map. I've got all these uniques that I decided to buy and throw into the map, and I turned them off so we're not paying upkeep for buildings that we're not really leveraging that much in the build right now. We did drop in a couple of the uniques, like, what is this one called? The Market? Old Market Street in Old Town, and this actually provides benefit to commercial in the immediate area. So this main street is all commercial now. We've got the clock tower there, which I thought kind of felt good there for an aesthetics fit, at least. So we need lots of stuff for the town. Let's see, how far did we come out here? About 1,500. So like to that node before we come all the way up to the highway, maybe like that, maybe. And why don't we do something like that, so we don't step on the zoning, and we'll leave a little bit of space, and we'll even leave a little bit of buffer next to the highway so we can put some trees in there. A little bit of grid work's okay now and then. What do we leave for space? About 2? Right about there? Yeah. Beautiful. And I think at some point too we need to consider where these power lines are going, but for right now, let's bring this through, I don't know, to about there. Maybe something like that. Let's pause real quick because I know I broke those power lines, so. Fill this grid out a bit. And then maybe we could do something kind of coming through here. A little funny angle to connect back up here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then let's extend our grid coverage for our water pipes. I want to snap to that 90-degree angle, which sometimes that pop-up on screen kind of makes it tough. We can always rotate around this way, I guess. Put the pop-up on the other side of the screen. And we may as well make sure this is all covered. And then we'll extend one more pipe down here. 440. Ooh, we might need one more as we start to expand this way. Let's just run one kind of along the coast for now. And we can even connect that in for some redundancy. And now let's go fix our power situation, right? Because this is a problem we ran into a few episodes ago. This became disconnected from the rest of our grid because of, well, because of something like this. So let's just do that to keep that hooked up over there. And then this I very sloppily ran over through what is going to be our new zoning. So let's get that out of there altogether, and we'll run it around our zone instead. And we'll get that hooked into here, which is hooked into there, and it's powering all that. So we should see our power availability problems go away in just a second here. Because we're producing enough, now it's all connected. Throw it at 3 times speed here. And everybody's looking pretty good. So we've got that residential demand that we've got to meet, and I want to meet it over here near our old town. I don't know what this district's going to be called yet, but this will let us move in a nice number of low-density houses into our town. Or I guess not move the houses into the town, technically. Move people into the houses. Is that... If we're nitpicking. And then we'll do more... We don't need it, but we'll do more commercial down this strip. So that as we need it, this area will be serviced at least to there. And then how do we ultimately hook this in, right? So I think this should kind of... Let's do this. Let's kind of split this off into a little triangle right here. So we'll freeform so that we can kind of maintain along the coast. And then let's see how we can get this in here. We'll worry about getting a primary road connected first. So I think something like that would be okay. We could do that, and then we could even... do something like that. A little old town triangle. More for appearance than anything else. But that will get us over to here. So now... we'll just leave it with a little bit of a bend. And hopefully it'll let us connect both these up. Of course, it won't let me do it exactly the way I want, but that is good enough. Hopefully everybody is having a fantastic Friday, if that's the day you're watching it on, or whenever you're watching this. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I kind of like that. I like that. I like that how it's connected. We will bring this down to here to connect the top of the circle, and then this will feed the traffic over there. Maybe we could work on that today and try and do a little finagling with our... Let's see. A little finagling with our off-ramp here. So let's move our off-ramp. Ugh. Okay, well, let's delete our highway. I mean, hey, 5 million in the bank. We can afford to delete a couple segments of highway. So. Get this reconnected. Now, one thing we can do here, this is a tough thing to do on consoles, right? Because we don't have all the same mods and tools. So first thing we can do is let's build with regular roads. Regular roads are nice because they'll let you do 90-degree angles and things like this. So we can build these little slip lanes right next to the highway, but not have to worry about how we're curving them in yet, right? So here, this will be our slip lane for this side of the highway. We can delete this little segment. And now if we did do on and off ramps, now we just have to worry about kind of hooking it in like that. I don't want to come out so far that it starts to bow the road out, right? I want it to kind of be a flat angle, but I also want it to be smooth enough where you're not taking a right-hand turn coming off the highway. And then down here, we're getting back on the highway, same sort of thing. We want to, you know, bring it down as far as we can without bowing it out. That should be okay there. So once you're kind of off of here onto this little slip lane, we could do it that way. But maybe we could do it another way. That's one way we could do it. Let's think about potentially another way. And as if we build a little trumpet here. So for this one, let's break out the regular roads so that we can do this. We can come out here nice and straight. We'll raise it up over the highway. And I'm going to delete this segment here because we want this straight piece. We want to line it up with that, because that's at a 90-degree angle to the highway. I'm going to do this just so that I can do a pillar basically as close to either side of the highway as possible, right? So if we do this, it should let us build that as one segment. Pillar on either side, we're good there. Now, we want to build a road kind of right next to that. A little bit of space, but not too much. So we'll do that, and then we'll throw it on. Maybe we'll try the freeform tool first. So I'm going to come out, I don't know, right to about there. That is sloppy. So let's see if we can do that a little bit better. One of those things this is so much easier. We'll come way out. We'll come way more out than we need to. Let's see. What if we come out to there? We want this slope to be smooth, right? We don't want it to go abruptly down like that. And that seems pretty good. And now we can come out to here. Or not. So we could do something like that. The curve's not the smoothest, but it's also not the worst. And then if we do kind of the same thing over here, can we get around this? Yeah, we can. So we'll do this one kind of like that. We'll do that, and then we'll hook it in just a little bit. No? Not going to let me? It's less than ideal, but it's got the same principles. We've got not a 90-degree bend, so a slightly softer bend coming off, and we can go that way. And then, and maybe this is confusing to you if I don't have the actual highway segments on, so let's upgrade these. What we're doing here, this is going to be our entrance lane, just like that. And we want to get traffic off of the highway before we're adding more traffic into the mix. So this will be our off-ramp from this side of the highway. And then we'll go back to our main roads just to Make things a little easier, and we'll upgrade after the fact. We'll do a nice smooth slope of 12 units. Like so. And now we can kind of curve it in, so... let's see. Where do we do this? So we'll come out. Things that are so much easier on PC, but we'll get it. We'll get it to work. So I want to come out at a straight angle here, like that. Maybe. Come on. Where's my 90? Why is it snapping to silly angles? I guess that's pretty straight. Good enough. So that's where we want to get to. If we come over just 2 units from either side of the road, we'll do something like that, so that we've got a little bit of spacing, a little bit of room. Is that too much? Is that too much spacing? So that's straight on. Can we do right there? And then move this in one? Like that? That works. And then we can kind of just hook these around freeform. Maybe like that. A little crooked. Maybe we'll do this as part of the slope, as part of the return here. Let's try and do it this way. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see how that lines up the slopes. It may not line them up at all. But that's not too bad. I can deal with that. So we'll come back over to our on and off ramps. And we'll kind of hook it in like that. People ask me all the time to do this. I hope it's worthwhile. Hopefully it gave you some tips or tricks or ideas. This is a little sloppy, and if I had move it, I would definitely smooth this slope. You could give yourself a little bit more room to work with and make this slope a little bit less awkward. But again, this achieves exactly what we want. We're getting traffic off the highway before we're introducing more traffic. Now we need to get cars off of the highway from the other way. So this could be more of a traditional straight shot since it's on the same side that our intersection is on. But we could do something like that. We could do something like that, something like that, coming back onto the highway. And now let's change our lanes. So we could curve this a little bit. It is kind of too sharp, awkward curves. We'll leave it for right now. We've got room that we've padded here to kind of play around with it. So we've got a single lane here. Now what have we done? Over here, we've taken a 2-lane roundabout or rotary. We've got a right turn only lane, which is the exit. And then this is pinched down to a single lane, which we can delete this now. But what that does is that, without Traffic Manager, forces the lanes or the AI to make a decision between, if I want to go right, it's the right lane. If I want to go straight, it's the other lane, because we basically pinched it and only provided a 2-lane road with 2 lanes that they can go to. So that does help kind of sort out some of our traffic where we can't normally with mods. It's basically the concept of lane mathematics, and if you want to know more about it, watch any Biffa video ever. If you don't know Biffa and you have traffic problems, check out Biffa Plays Indie Games. Fantastic YouTuber for cities. You probably know him already, though, if you're here. Honestly, let's be honest. Come on. If you don't know Biffa, let me know in the comments. It would be interesting to know if somehow he slipped under your radar. But I think he's really fun to watch and really good at traffic. I'd love to see more detailed tutorials from him actually going into the management, not just fixing it, but really explaining how he's fixing it. He has a tendency to kind of go through all the, the tools and the things that are available in Traffic Manager and kind of make assumptions. And I think it's, if you haven't seen one of his videos before, haven't seen lots of them, it's easy to kind of gloss over and not understand kind of what's happening there. But hopefully this is a concept that's basic enough that even console players can make use of by, again, pinching down the lanes, in this case from 2 to 1, and then opening it back up to 2, and then pinching it back down to 1. So we'll upgrade this segment here and here. And we'll do the same thing over here, and this achieves the same thing at each one of those intersections. So you've got this traffic that's coming around as well as the traffic that's getting on. Now, the problem here is, what if somebody getting off the highway wants to go that way, and somebody coming from, say, over there wants to go to that same direction? They're both kind of fighting to get to that right-hand turn lane to come over here, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty good. Certainly some of the best that we can manage on console. We'll upgrade this to single lane. And I mean, technically it's a downgrade, right? But this is a two-way street before. But here's what I'm thinking is, okay, we've got one lane to kind of direct traffic off, and that'll keep everybody kind of funneled until they get up here to this split, and we can upgrade this now. That was already upgraded? Okay. And this needs a direction change, because this is getting off the highway. And we need to upgrade that, because I can't change the direction on a two-way road. And upgrade again this last little segment here. I like that you can upgrade and change direction with the same tool on PC. You have to do that 2 different steps: upgrade and change direction on console. But it's left and right click with the exclamation tool selected on PC to upgrade or change direction of road. So at least from far away, it looks pretty good. Again, I would fix this slope, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a basic highway interchange, trumpet style. That, again, the big thing here is we want to get traffic off the highway before we introduce any more traffic. Now, we could kind of do that pinch lane trick, because again, if you'll notice here, that right lane is both for going straight and for going right. Where if we downgrade just this one segment, or maybe more specifically these 2 segments, we can see what happens here. This right lane becomes an exit-only lane, and these 2 lanes continue on straight. They will continue on straight to where that blue car is in the left lane, or they should, I hope, because this lane's being introduced on the right, and that gives people a lane to kind of get up to speed and get up to the highway. So let's see if anybody takes our exit. There we go. Okay. And let's see, more interestingly, what 2 lanes they're taking over here. Exactly the 2 that we want. The outside 2 lanes, so that as traffic gets introduced, it has its own lane to get up to speed. So a little bit of some pinching tricks that you can do. Now, if we wanted, we could do the same thing here. And this guarantees that right-hand exit and guarantees kind of a smoother introduction of traffic over here, ultimately towards the edge of our map. So it won't impact too much, but a good little start to that for today. So we've got all this zoning over here that hopefully will slowly fill in. Residential demand will be met faster if we give them some incentives over here as to why they might want to live over this way. So let's give them a little bit of med coverage. As soon as I put a building down, residents was like, oh yeah, this looks like a cool place to move in. There's a hospital nearby, or a med clinic. When I have that that strange burning and itching sensation that keeps coming back, I'll be able to just duck out my back door. That is really close to live to a med clinic, actually. Maybe we want a little bit more buffer here, like one house, some trees, some separation, but that's okay for now. But you'll see, like, it becomes a more appealing place to live just by simply putting some services in that area. So we'll do a small fire and police station. Somebody had asked in the comments, and I don't remember if I, let me pause it. I don't remember if I commented, but they were like, how do you have so many service buildings? Well, one, I have all the DLCs, so some of those things, like the fire helicopter depot, those are, you know, specific to certain DLCs. I don't recall which one that was. It had come out for Park Life, though. Park Life objects weren't aware, though, and they caught fire a lot when they first came out, but they've since fixed that. But either way, in terms of the different options, so like if you build a European map, you'll get this kind of firehouse, and this is the bigger fire station. If you build on a North American map, you'll get this kind of firehouse or this kind of fire station. So that stuff's kind of decided by the map, but there's a way to unlock it.
One eternity later.
And I forget how. So you may have seen a quick dissolve there, and it seemed like I didn't think about it very long, but I honestly can't remember how to unlock those buildings. Somebody told me about it in a stream. I want to say it was Kangamoo. So Kangamoo, if you're seeing this, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but how the heck did we unlock that? Because I feel like it was you that told me. And if it wasn't, I apologize. But there is a way to kind of say, like, hey, show me all the service buildings, not just the ones that are theme appropriate. And I cannot remember where that is hidden. I thought it was in the, like, the game options. Maybe it was in, like, the district theme. How did I get over here? Maybe it was in district theme options. Where have we done a district theme? Down here? That's the park. Where is the zone that we defined? Elk Hills. Select the style. Enable building styles. I'm gonna have to ask. I'll ask on the Discord actually, and come check out over there for the answer, or hopefully I will find out myself and let you know in the next episode. But either way, as soon as we started moving some service buildings in there, again, it becomes more appealing place to live. We could also, where can we cram this thing in? Can we get it right there? Yes, that's a perfect spot for one. I like that. And then let's continue on with our school coverage. How are we doing there? We're coming up on the edge of our capacity. If this is zoned over here, I'm gonna just de-zone that little piece right there. And why don't we provide a little bit of a buffer? Whoops, and de-zone that piece there. And heck, we'll de-zone this one house. Again, just so there's that little bit of separation. You don't have the air conditioning units and the dumpster right there in your backyard. Sorry, buddy. You're moving out. A little bit of power up here would be nice. Space are you occupied? Come on. Okay, there we go. Power's up there now. Now, do we have any nice little uniques that we could drop into our little town over here? I think this park would be a great fit. Friendly neighborhood park. Let's move that before too many people move in. And where can we kind of get this? Where it's going to help the most people. Can we not? Can we not right there? Let's see. What if we did it up here? We can put it right on the center. We'll do that. And actually, that's really cool. That automatically connected little sidewalks for us. So we'll do this to make sure, again, there's just this tiny little bit of a buffer between our residential and that park there. And building on. Okay. What else? What else can we drop in to our little town over here? We could do some of these little plazas. This might actually fit over in our old town, sort of, right? Get it right there. I want to cram it in without overwriting too much. What's there a dead body at this arch for? We've got a subway there. Throw it over here next to the high school for now. And I think we'll definitely be able to get some more neighborhoods in back here. We've got this roundabout we can build off of. We've certainly got lots of space we can expand over here. And I think we're going to do more industry. Again, we've got great farmland, but it doesn't mean that we can't import goods and do oil or ore or forestry. All those are an option. I think we're at a pretty good spot, though, for today. We've made some expansions. I feel like I said expansions. Happy Friday. But yeah, hopefully that is a pretty good spot, and you got some entertainment and education and information out of today's episode. We'll keep on keeping on next week, and I think one of the projects that I want to get working on is more of a detailed build in the university. That was kind of one of the focuses of this town, but as you can see, we've got the start of a little commercial sector over here. Maybe we can even get some offices in behind it. Whoa. Did I not water to the end of the street? That's great. We've got businesses that are already having a tough time because there's nobody living over here. But then they've got no water. Get those out of there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like what parts of the city you're excited about. This is going to get rebuilt at some point. May even put that highway back over ground to provide some sort of logical separation. This was just kind of out of necessity to grow the city, and we'll get it to the top milestone at some point, 55,000, and then we'll probably back it down a lot. I did that in Wood Garden, where got to the max population milestone, dropped in all my monuments, and then gutted a bunch of neighborhoods and reduced it down to smaller buildings and things like that. High-rise bands, lower density. We'll figure it out as we go, but let me know what you'd like to see coming up in the next couple episodes in the comments down below. And yeah, we'll get to some interesting parts of the build. We'll get going on the college campus. We'll keep rounding out our little suburban neighborhoods, and we'll have kind of a more focused, tighter downtown center, and we'll do some high-rise bands and high density around the downtown center so that it'll grow up from residential to high-rise band buildings to non-high-rise band, taller buildings, and maybe a couple financial buildings right in the center. We can't quite customize it the same way we can on PC, putting buildings anywhere we want, but it doesn't mean we can't make things still look aesthetically pleasing in the process. Aesthetically pleasing? Did I say aesthetically pleasing? I can't talk today, so it's a fantastic spot to end. I would like to take a moment to say thank you. Every episode of the Let's Play, you'll see a bunch of names scroll on the screen right about now, and those are all the patrons and channel members, the people that support the channel directly. There's another way you can support the channel, and that's boosting the server on Discord, and I want to thank those of you that got us up to level 1. Thank you so much for that. It means that we have more gifts and emojis that I'll be adding over the next couple weeks, kind of doubling what we have in there. So react to posts. It's one of the fun things about Discord, and something that we can customize with little gifts and images and all sorts of things now that we're at level 1 on the Discord server. So lots of ways you can support the channel, but even without a monetary contribution, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. I say it every video, but I really mean it. Support the creators that you like by interacting with their content, and YouTube will show you and others more of it. So it's really important. It's not just for me. If you like a channel, hit that like button. Come back, check out their other videos, leave comments, interact with it, and YouTube will help others that have similar interests find those videos, but also make sure that you're not missing out on that content. So however you support the channel, milestone, there we go. We'll talk about that in the next episode, but however you choose to support the channel, it is so greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, everybody, and especially thanks to all the patrons, channel members, and supporters of the Discord server. It means the world to me. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I am going to be doing some live streams at some point, but they're really going to be impromptu, so keep an eye on the Discord. You'll probably get very little notice, but I want to play some different games. There's a lot of stuff coming. There'll be more behind-the-scenes content in February, so lots of good stuff to look forward to, and lots more builds in City Skylines and shenanigans and fun. Hopefully you've been enjoying. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Links on the screen in the description down below. If you'd like to support the channel, links in the description as well. But until the next one, this is Move the Mouse saying have a fantastic weekend and signing off.